Ireland, the Emerald Isle, a land shaped by wind, water, and time, where rolling green hills meet rugged coastlines, and history lingers in every stone and field. For centuries, its wild places have been home to one of the most elusive deer in Europe, the Sika stag. Welcome to Season 2 of Roam and Harvest. In this episode, we've partnered with Irish Safaris and owner Norman Mulvaney to experience this tradition firsthand. From the misty mornings to the final stalk, we'll step into the heart of Ireland's hunting culture and chase the wild spirit of the Sika. Welcome to Roam and Harvest. I'm Daniel, and this is my best friend John. Our passion is the pursuit of wild game, connecting with the land and the bounty it offers. Join us and some of our friends as we travel the globe, sharing stories and making memories along the way. This is how we roam and harvest. Of course, I missed my flight to Dublin by a couple hours. My original flight out of Savannah was delayed. So I am headed to Paris, and then from Paris headed over to Dublin. It's going to be a long 12 more hours or so. Why does this always happen? Always!
Good morning, everybody. I am just arriving in Dublin. Daniel's flight from Atlanta up to JFK got delayed and he missed the flight. So no, he's not coming in until later this afternoon, so I had to get a taxi and I'm waiting for them now. And then I'm heading down to Hackettstown to meet up with Norman with Irish Safaris. Get settled in the Airbnb, and it sounds like he and I are going to go out this afternoon on a hunt. So welcome to Ireland. Let's go.
While John makes his way by cab to Hackettstown in County Carlow, I'll be catching a later flight. By the time I land in Ireland that evening, I'll rent a car and drive out to link up with John and our host, Norman, as we prepare to begin the hunt. Welcome back, folks. Another episode of Roam and Harvest. Me and John are here with Norman Mulvaney with Irish Safaris. Can you tell me a little bit about Sika deer and like the challenges of hunting out here?
Sika deer were introduced here in 1860 by an English lord, Lord Powerscourt. And this guy used to sail all over the world, and he'd be collecting like silk and spices and animals and rare animals. And he was in China. He was on all these different islands. He ended up in Japan, and he seen these beautiful little animals. And he said, "Right, I'm going to bring them back to Ireland, have them as pets,
right?
Just like ornamental pets." And that's where they came from. And obviously, after breeding, he just couldn't of just keeping in like a pen anymore, and they escaped. And now we've got our Sika here. It's not a huge animal. It wouldn't be as big as a white-tailed deer.
While I'm making my flight over, Norman and John head out for the first hunt, an afternoon sit over the pastures.
Get the gun ready.
For this hunt, we'll be using Norman's rifle, chambered in 6.5 PRC and loaded with Hornady ammunition.
They're literally on night last night. So we know there's a big animal down here at the moment. But we're going to, it's only 4:42, so we've got about just under 2 hours. So we're going to walk down this valley, and on the wind direction we're going to hunt here or over there. So it's just like a lotto, really. It's a gamble.
If you come over to hunt with Norman, make sure to pack a solid pair of water-resistant boots and gaiters. Ireland can get muddy in a hurry.
I know, it's just the way it goes. Like,
It's just how it goes, yeah.
they just don't move sometimes.
No,
And you
that's how it is.
And you were from Willie?
No, I haven't heard that.
After I arrived later that evening, we headed straight for the local pub. Before long, we were sharing pints and swapping stories with the locals, the kind that seemed to grow longer and more dramatic as the night went on. In a town where everyone knows each other, the welcome we received couldn't have been warmer. We're up early the next morning, and I'm eager to begin my first woodland hunt.
Morning two. We're gonna switch it up this morning. We're gonna do a little bit of a woodland hunt. So this is another style of hunt that Norman offers his clients. So basically, all of the deer are out in the farmland, in the fields, and on the mountains. And as that sun rises, they're gonna work their way back up into the woodland. And so we're gonna creep along these logging paths. And as they start moving in, we may have an opportunity for a shot. So this style of hunt is going to be a little bit slower versus what we did yesterday, but hopefully we get on some deer today.
Most of the animals are actually getting very, very skittish now. They don't want to come out, so what they'll do is they'll actually pick on the fringes, just at the edge of the tree line. Then they can walk back in again. Other disadvantage is that like you're fighting in at the light now. So I was telling you 2 days ago, it's like an hour window, we always say. Hour in the morning, hour in the evening window. So the hour window is just slowly just closing in now. That's the other thing. Whereas if you're on the open hill, which like you've seen yesterday, turn on?
Yeah, you're good.
So like your only hope of actually catching one out is literally just out on the edge, just on the fringes. So we're going to stalk down this road. We're going to come back down left again into, we call it kind of like a horseshoe shape. We call it, so we call it the horseshoe. We're going to stalk that way up with the horseshoe. Then we're going to head down lower again because the wind is shitty for Sika. They just don't like wind. At the end of the season as such, most of the deer that have been hunted all year have gone very, very skittish now. And they're kind of laying low. Look at that for a view.
That's a good view.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, normally you get some bedded down here in the wind. Just like along them young spruce trees. So you're looking for an ear. You're not looking for the whole animal. Never do that. You're just looking for parts of the animal. You're looking for the rump patch, ears that maybe that are just spinning around, moving around. They're always on alert. They're always watching and listening for something. You know, you fucking need to fall over more, so I always find it the best way to do it. Just take the transverse down. Oh. Long. Look on my thermal quickly. Quick, take the thermal, look down there. You see them?
I see him.
Okay. So, look, they're right in front of you now. Come here, on the sticks. On the sticks, they're right in front of you. Look at them running. I see them. Okay, it's a stand show. There's another one. 4. No, that's just what Sika do. They just don't hang around. There was 4 there. That's how fast they are. That's what I'm wondering. They're going to cross onto the next road where the cars are and go down there, or they're going to hang around here somewhere. There they are, look. No, they're gone. You're not going to get up now.
6 over there.
Yeah. That's how fast they are. They're just a fucking nightmare. Oh, Jesus, there's a lot of deer. Yeah, we're not going to get them much further. They're going to go back. Just take the gun for a second. We can try and go over, but I don't think we're going to catch these. Nah. I know she's sucked and everything, and when she runs, that's the leading hind in the group. When she runs, they're all going to follow.
Okay.
We almost got one there now. We're not up high, but you know, down in the valley where I had on Beersmore, there were 15 in that. We came off the top road after him, and then the wind fucking just came right around and one big leading hind put up the head, and I knew it was game over. And you know, across from the back of the wooden gates, where there's a little clump of trees. Yeah. Yeah, and there was two deer just up at the rocks I waited this morning. I'm wondering was that them hinds maybe. But you can see what they normally do. They just had to come out here like on last night and just walk down this bank and just stand there and pick. I mean, look at, there you go. There's the hoof mark. So they're getting their food here. Like, you don't have to actually move out. Which kind of makes sense on like a survival scale. So that you're a deer and you know you're under pressure. So you can just come off that bank on that, like, and even if you don't, I mean, they do put all the grass in the woods. Like, they don't have to actually move out of the trees. A lot of people think, oh, well, like there's no deer. Of course there's deer. But look, they can feed in the woods. They don't have to come out of the trees, they all the feed. You can see where they've been nitpicking here. Look.
Absolutely right. Yeah, with these high winds up on this mountain, they're going to get on that leeward side. They're just going to stay next to that visit line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we saw 6 or 7 guys in wood line down the mountain to the leeward side. So we just came down this mountain. I keep seeing these deer stands. Is that you guys offer that?
Yeah, it's just like a homemade ground blind. It's nothing fancy. Just out like some scaffold tubes put together, but like it works. But like what we actually have all of these for, if we had some hunters coming over, that wouldn't be so active. Maybe like a hip replacement guy, or like a like a knee replacement. Like you just can't walk. Or we actually offered it to like the Veteran Society. And like 4 years ago in America.
Oh, that's excellent.
We're actually part of that group still.
That's fantastic.
So we can just come up here in the truck, just up onto the logging road, and we can just bring them in there for the afternoon. Yeah. So they have all this area here that they hunt from, from like a blind. So that area.
You get nice deer.
Yeah, you get some big sites coming through here in the road time.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks great. This looks like a transition area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you're going to get them coming off like the high road, off these banks, into the valley for shelter. Yeah. So you can just sit there all day with your rifle and like some food, like a thermos, and like it works. We've got like 7 or 8 of these in the woods.
Yeah, you have several different styles of hunt that I think appeal to a broad range of hunters.
Yeah.
Mountain goats like you can get up on the hills and in the mountains. You got guys that may be a little bit older, have knee replacements and hip replacements, can't do a ton of hiking. They could do something like this. Yeah. Or even what we did today was, it's a little bit of a hike, but it wasn't. Yeah,
it's just nice, easy walking on just like level ground as such. You're you're not up in the mountain.
Right. Yeah, just a little bit of elevation gain with these roads, but really not bad at all. I imagine that there's a lot of for the mountain, like where we were yesterday. You were speaking earlier about some guys that sometimes they get up there, but then they can't
They just can't do it. I mean, you have to realize that like your limits are your limits. Like you can't be Superman.
Exactly.
You just can't think, well, I can do this, and it's like an ego thing with guys. They just want to burst like their bollocks up there, and that's not going to work.
But you've been doing this now for like 19,
20 years, right?
So you start to have a good sense of when you meet guys, like what they're going to be able to do, what they're not.
We know after the first hour.
Yeah, after
the first day, whether like we're even in like the bar drinking, like we just have it already figured out. But I mean, there's like a stage 1, which is like a farmland stock, nice and easy. Right. Other than getting over some, just like a wire fence. Right. Everyone can do that. Everybody can. And then there's like a stage 2 where we're in like the woodland. Now we do have the other options like for woodland stock, where it's completely level ground. Right. So really, really easy going. And then we're going to stage 3, the hellhole, where you're on the hill. Yeah. I mean, like we've got one hill over this area that we call Cardiac Hill. Cardiac Hill. And that's called that for a reason, actually. We're not going to go into that one on camera, but yeah, that's what it's at.
One of our favorite parts about hunting isn't always the hunt itself. It's standing together with like-minded people in a beautiful new corner of the world, talking about everything and nothing at all. Two quick hunts gave us a glimpse of what lies ahead. We caught a sight of a few deer, but the real challenge awaits us in the mountains. For now, we'll head back to the campfire to hear more from Norman.
The woodland stalking and the logging roads, that was just...
The woodland stalking it's nice. Like more of a challenge because you're hunting in an animal's back doorstep. Yeah. And they have every advantage. They can walk into the trees within a second or two. Then you don't get your shot. So everything's on their side.
exactly
Everybody's
what
on
we
there.
found about it.
Yeah,
we
I mean, we seen it this
we
morning.
came across I think we saw about 11 or 12 deer, and we got winded, and they were below us out of the wind on the leeward side, and they winded us, and they were just gone like that.
Yep.
And all we saw was their high, the rear ends flashing through the forest.
I mean, I tell everyone, and I sometimes it's taken as like offensive, but I don't care what you've hunted in the world. I don't care what you've done. Like the big five, well done.
Yeah.
But
Not Sika
it's
deer.
not a huge. It's not like a challenge, really, is it?
It depends, I guess.
I mean, this is the ultimate challenge, and everyone knows that around the world now. And the American market are slowly getting away from from the big game.
Yeah.
They're all coming here for Sika because this is a hard bloody hunt.
It's fun. It's hard, but it's fun.
You're basically hunting in thick spruce, Norway spruce and Sika spruce, some larch areas, and like some open clear falls. So it's for hunters that wouldn't be so fit, we can just come here and you can just take a slow, steady walk on like a logging road and just wait for the animal.
Yeah.
Then we offer like a farmland hunt where you're hunting like pasture fields, little swamp, little bogs that we call them bogs, you call them swamps, little thickets. So there's like a mixture. So you can go easy level, where you still get your animal, or you can go up a level into the woodland, which is obviously more of a challenge because there's so much like cover in here. And then for like the ultimate guys, up on the mountain.
Go up on the hill.
Yeah.
And then I see a stand over there. You also have opportunities for people to stand.
Yeah, I mean, all of our woodland would have like a high seat and like a ground blind that would be insulated with like a roof and like windows and doors. So if you're not very active, or if you just don't feel like walking, just go into one of the box blinds.
Yeah, exactly.
So all the and if we have some really crappy wet days, we also use them.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity.
Like you're sheltered from the rain and wind. You sit in there, and almost 8 times out of 10 after the rain stops, you'll get deer actually moving out of the cover to feed after the rain stops, and then you're up in your blind,
in a good spot,
and then bang.
Join us on the mountain in part 2, coming out soon. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Do we make a harvest? Stay tuned and find out.